Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review Death Do Us Part. There's now 3 rings in marriage: engagement, wedding, and suffering.
This movie's about a group of friends that go up north for the weekend to celebrate their stag before the wedding. But what they weren't expecting was a very creepy caretaker.
This film was directed by Nicholas Humphries and was written by Julia Benson and Peter Benson, who actually star in the film. This review contains tons of spoilers, so heed this warning.
So what did we like about this movie?
I loved the female cast.
I'll agree, Hannah's ass was incredible.
And Kennedy's rack was surprisingly nice.
Surprisingly,
nice.
racks are nice usually.
That shower scene caught me off guard. I thought she was doing like a squeeze and lift.
I love the group of characters that they got together. I thought they were pretty natural as friends, and it actually made sense that they were together.
Chet was a little odd at first, but he grew on you. Well, once he got to the cottage and everyone else was just a complete asshole, Chet was looking pretty promising. And I liked how many red herrings they threw at us. Every person you thought was going to be the killer.
Oh, it was a really good whodunit.
I liked the lack of music in certain spots. Everyone was kind of getting awkward with each other, and so the lack of music really intensified that. Some of the awkward cuts, or the longer cuts in the editing process, also emphasized the awkwardness between a lot of the characters.
You could really see how big the set was. And it didn't seem like they were repeating the same sets with different angles to try to make it look bigger. I liked how they really made it look like a not well taken care of cabin.
I really liked Bo as a creepy fuck.
I felt awkward seeing him on screen.
When we first saw him, he's just eyeing Kennedy like a fucking weirdo.
Normally, when you get a creepy character like this, they're creepy, but they're really confident. But this guy was just a loner who had no idea how to act in social situations. What were our favorite kills in this movie?
I'm going to start off with the first kill in the movie because it definitely set the tone. But we just hear him scream and his fingers are missing. Then he just gets cut. It was pretty cool.
My kill was significantly later on in the movie, which was when Kennedy killed Ryan. Kennedy just ended up stabbing him in the side. She climbs on the top of Ryan and just keeps stabbing him in the back like he's been doing to her the entire movie. I feel that symbolism was really what made this my favorite kill.
My favorite kill was actually one of the biggest surprises in the movie. In the sheriff's scene, the bride lifts up her veil, and it's actually Emilie. And then it cuts back to Kennedy walking down the road, and Emilie just running behind her with a rock in her hand, and just does this huge jump and just slams in the back of Kennedy's head. Just gets on her with the rock and just beats her head into nothing. What didn't we like about this movie?
Now, I know we talked about the setting and the location as one of our likes. They could have spaced it out a little bit more and a little bit longer in the locations. Provide some more chases. I would have liked to see more exploration.
I didn't like how long it took to get to the climax of this movie. It just kind of was a very slow burn, and I expected it to be a slasher because the trailer was cut in such a way that it seemed like it was going to be a slasher. Or something a little bit more fast-paced than the actual movie was.
There was one part of the movie that didn't really enjoy too much, and that's when Hannah, Emilie, and Chet all ran away when they saw Bo in the bushes. I felt the quick cuts really took away from it. With Emilie on the ground to Hannah running away and her yelling, "He's right behind you," there was not enough screen time for that to really sink in, and it felt like it was more of a jump cut than it was an actual quick reaction.
Alright guys, now it's time to rate this film.
I like this movie. It had great cinematography. The sound and editing were pretty awesome for the way that this was paced. Some of the kills were off screen, so I would have liked to see a little bit more gore, but I mean, it worked for this style of movie. I just wish it was a more solid slasher. So I'm gonna give this 3 elephant cock sheaths out of 5.
Going into this movie, I had no idea what to expect. I really enjoyed the fact that we didn't find out who the killer was until the very end, which was nice, and once we found out, it didn't go on for too long. I didn't like that we didn't get to see a lot of deaths. That was disappointing, but the whole interaction and suspense was really well done, and I really enjoyed all the characters in this movie. So that being said, I'm going to give this movie 3 hilarious fake hand jobs in the front seat of a car out of 5.
I really enjoyed this movie. One of the things I usually don't like about these types of movies is the characters are just awful, but I thought they did a really good job putting them together and making like the set fit with the characters, and it all worked together, really good cinematography. I loved it all. For me, where the movie kind of lost some points is where when the deaths actually started to happen, because there was a little confusing parts and you weren't too sure what was going on. It's a whodunit, so you kind of expect that, but I was a little bit too confused, I guess. So I think I'm gonna have to give this movie 3 surprise sheriffs out of 5.
That's what we thought about the movie. If you've seen it, let us know in the comments below. And like this video if you like this review, and sub to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you let us know if you have any requests for movies to review at bloodbath_TV.